What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Voyager class Prime Universe Thundertron, a very sort of obscure character in my opinion that they wanted to throw in from Transformers Prime, because guess what? This guy wasn't even ever in the show. He was just actually a toy during, I believe, the Beast Hunters season of Transformers Prime. I actually didn't buy any of the toys during that time, and it kind of, regret it at this point. What are you going to do? But I am happy they're revisiting the Prime universe. So unfortunately, I also do not have the original figure to compare to this one, but I do have other figures to compare, so hopefully that will suffice. And I can also, I've been taking a look at the original one, and I will say at the very least, I do prefer how this new one looks over the previous one. But regardless of that, taking a quick look at the box, you can see obviously Transformers Legacy United there, and then you can see the very nice artwork we have there of Thundertron. And then we do have the Prime Universe Thundertron right there. We also have obviously the Transformers logo here, Transformers Generations. Got some more nice artwork of Thundertron here on the sides. And then we have more nice artwork here, obviously the Legacy, the 40 years of Transformers. And I still have some, I guess, garbage left over from this. But you can see the very nice artwork there. And finally, the obligatory product shots. Transforms in 24 steps. The Prime Universe Thundertron, 40 years of Transformers. Everything looks pretty good. But I think that's really about it for the box. So without further ado, let's get this guy out here. Alrighty, folks, here we have the Transformers Legacy United Voyager class Prime Universe Thundertron in his beast mode, what I believe is a lion, and it looks very, very awesome. I do really like how this looks. You can take a quick look here at the details, or you can take a look at the head sculpt. It looks very, very nice. I do wish that the silver for the teeth was a little more prominent, because it's hard to tell against the white plastic, but you do have nice painted blue for the eyes there, very nice gold, bronze gold scattered across here, nice for the snout here. And they have it for the eyelids as well, the eyebrows as well. Very nice blue for the painted eyes. Can't really deny that. You see some decent molded in detail there in on the mouth. If it'll zoom, yeah, you can see a little bit there. Not too crazy, but enough. And then you have some nice, again, nice for the paws here on the front. You can see the claws as well have this nice bronze. You get this other gray, white. The blue is really, really nice. I love this deep blue as well. Some more detailing there. Got some more here on the top. Got this gray, and then you have some more gray here. Gray for the tail as well. Here you can see from the side, he doesn't look too bad at all. He kind of looks a bit anorexic a little bit, but I do think that from the third quarter view, he looks really, really good. Again, more and more here, you can see more of the blue. You can see on the underside, there's a little bit of hollowness there, but it's not too bad. More nice blue, more this bronze here, this bronze gold. Again, very nice detail all around. I do really like how this guy looks in his beast mode. It's not the easiest for Hasbro to nail these down, but especially with the Beast Wars stuff that they've been releasing lately, including this guy, even though he's not Beast Wars, like the Beast Mode Transformers, I'd say that this is pretty good all around. Real quick, his sword does store here, so taking a quick look at his sword, you can see it is very nice and has some very nice molded details. Just unfortunate, I wish it was painted a little more silver as well. So what are you going to do there? I mean, it happens. Again, it looks really, really nice overall. It's just I wish it had a little more detail in it. But you can see all that detail. We'll zoom in here. You can see very, very nice regardless. I'm very, very happy with it. It just pegs in with this little peg here. And then you do have this little peg slot here. Also have the nice Predacon logo right there. And then you do have, I actually forgot to show you, do have some like scratching molded detail here on the back of him, on his back. So very, very nice. And then the tail has this nice segmented, although it's not, bendable at these points, it is very nicely segmented. And you do have the nice tip here as well. You can see that, but very, very nice detail. Again, just going through there. But getting into the articulation for the beast mode, because I'm doing an articulation for a beast mode, because guess what, it's a beast. It's not the best. What I'll say is it's a little bit limited, but again, it's a beast mode, for, a robot. So at the end of the day, it's not too bad. So you can move the mouth up and down, but unfortunately you'll have to unpeg the part of the transformation, and you can't really move it up and down, or else you'll just essentially dislodge this entire thing. For the legs, you can untab them, and then you can just rotate them like this, so you can technically get a very nice range of motion. You can get about this far on each side, and then these parts bend as well, and then the foot also bends. So you can get some decent stuff, and just to get that, you'll see there's a peg, a hole right there, and then there's a peg on the inside of the beast leg, and then you can just Plug that there. For the legs, for the back legs, you can go like this, and then you do have a little bit, and you do have a good amount in the foot, and well, that's actually for robot mode, but you do have a good amount in the foot. It's just, again, it kind of feels weird with how he is. I think he's just a bit static in this mode, and that's a bit of a knockoff I'll have on this figure. It's not that bad. I'm just saying that it is a little bit of an issue that I do have. Otherwise, I do think that this guy looks very, very nice, and I'm very, very happy with how he came out in terms of his look. And for me, I totally understand the sentiment if you're gonna knock off a good amount of points for the fact that he doesn't have much articulation in this mode. But for me, I think it's all right. But again, objectively, I can definitely see that. So we're gonna do some quick comparisons in the vehicle mode or the beast mode. So setting him off to the side here, we're just gonna move him a little bit forward here so we get a good comparison. Alrighty, folks, here he is with the Prime Universe Voyager class bulkhead, as well as the Infernac Universe Legacy United Deluxe class Magnius. So just to set Magnius off to the side, you can see that he is a Voyager size. He's actually bigger than Bulkhead. You can see that right here. He is longer and taller, obviously, than Bulkhead. Slightly longer because of the feet, but you can see he is certainly longer. And in terms of the width, they're about the same. They're about the same in the width. This guy definitely feels more dense. This feels a little bit lighter because obviously there's much more compact into this guy, but still very, very nice. And then, as I've shown in previous videos, you can see the comparison. Here's Magnius. You can see that he is very, very much smaller, than Thundertron here, but this is too expected. This is a Voyager class, this is a Deluxe class, and this is what I argue is the average size of the Deluxe class. So seeing these two side by side really doesn't surprise me with the size difference. So overall, I think that Thundertron here does have a good scale across the board, especially considering he is a Voyager. Alright, finally it's time to get into transformation, and this really isn't too bad. So the first thing I like to do is to remove the sword, obviously, and then you can set that off to the side wherever you feel is appropriate. Then what I like to do is start off with this top section here. So you can take this section and you take this, untab essentially the chin, and you'll see there's two holes there and there's those pegs, so you just want to untap that by pulling up on it. Then dislodge the head and untab it, and then you can just take this and untab it and rotate it back. And just leave it up like this for now. Take these side skirt panels, and then you can just fold those out to get them out of the way. Then what you need to do is bend the leg down straight, then bend the knee so that that's straight, and then this ankle part you just got to make straight as well, and then you'll essentially get your leg, and all you got to do is take this section and fold it forward, and then same thing on here. So again, bend this all the way down, bend the knee, then bend the shin into place and make sure it clicks into place. I forgot, make sure it clicks into place, and then just take the foot and then fold out those little claw sides, and then all you got to do is fold the side skirts down, and there you go. Now for the upper part of the body, also very simple. So take these panels, fold them out, and then rotate the arms out. And then what I like to do is take these, sorry about that. Let's move the camera upwards. Then what you can do, take these hands after you folded these out and untab these, is fold these in like so. So fold them in like that, then rotate them around, and then you can just fold the shoulder piece over. Again, fold it like so. Then you can rotate it around, and then you can fold over the shoulder piece. Then now, since this is unpegged, all you got to do is take the arms, unbend them, sort of fan them out, rotate them around and down. Again, round and down. And then take this. So what you'll notice is that there is a peg hole right there. And then there is a tab here on the bottom of the chest. All you gotta do is rotate this all the way down. And essentially, you kind of fan out these side pieces of the lion head. And then all you gotta do is essentially rotate it down and sort of push. Takes a little, there you go. Wait until it snaps like that. And then you basically have it all good. And then finally, the last things you gotta do, rotate the arms forward like so. So then we'll go down here like so. Do this. Then to complete his look, you can take his sword. There's a little peg there, and then you can just peg it into his fist. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we do have the Transformers Prime Universe Voyager class Thundertron in his robot mode. And I gotta say, guys, taking a look at this guy, he is really, really awesome looking. I really do love how Thundertron looks in his robot mode, and I can't deny that. So taking a quick look, that head sculpt is gorgeous. I mean, you can see the beard. He's supposed to be a pirate, right? So you can see the beard is very, very nice. You can see the blue paint for the eyes, the little scarring he has on his head crest with the white paint, the blue, the gray, and the silver. Very, very nice all around. And you can see more of that nice bronze gold there. You see more of this nice molded in detail. See the little claws he's got in his hands. Very, very nice as well. Going down here, the lion head is very, very prominent and very, very awesome looking. Taking a look here, you can see more of that scarring there on the thighs. You know, very nice. And again, more of that nice molded detail all around. And then taking a look at his side profile, he is very, very clean. There's literally nothing here. And with the tail, by the way, you can lift this up, but it doesn't really ever get in the way for me, to be honest. So I kind of end up just leaving it as is. And so it ends up working out. Now, it does look a bit weird between his legs, but overall, I still do think it looks very, very nice. So when it comes to like sort of gimmicks and things that you can do with this guy, there's a couple. So first thing you can do is obviously he's a pirate, and as you saw on the back, he was pictured without his foot. So his right foot can actually unpeg like this, and then he has a peg leg. And then you might be saying, well, what do you do with this? So first of all, he can stand very well with this. Like, I was surprised when I saw this. I was like, is he really going to be able to stand up all that well? And he does. And I have a glass, so this display sitting on a glass desk, or part of the desk is glass, and he stands fine on the glass. So absolutely really, really nice stability with this guy, and it shows that this foot, you know, just a singular foot like this has a lot of area for the weight to be distributed. So it's very, very nice that he can stand on this with no issues at all, and it's really, really cool. But what you can do with this, so let me remove the sword. So what you'll notice is there is a little indent here, this little tab here. So what you can do is very, very simply, there is a tab hole here on the bottom of the foot, and then you can just take this and then just slot that into the sword, and then all you have to do is rotate this down, and then now you sort of have like this, you know, sword with an awesome hilt. And so you can just plug that in there, and then there he has a really cool freaking sword with a very awesome hilt. So it looks really, really neat, and it's not the craziest gimmick I've ever seen. You know, at the end of the day, it's a very cool gimmick, but it's nothing like absolutely, you know, like, oh man, jaw dropping. So overall, still really, really nice, and I really do like this guy. Very, very amazing robot mode, and this is for me the star of the show. Between him, his beast mode, lion mode, and his robot mode, this is the clear winner in my opinion. So real quick, let's do some comparisons. So setting this guy off to the side right here. Alrighty, folks, here he is with the Legacy United Deluxe Class Infernac Universe Magnius, and as you can see, again, if you see my other videos, you can definitely see the differences when it comes to the size between the Voyager as well as the Deluxe. Again, average size Deluxe, a good size Voyager here, so this works very well. Here he is next to the Prime Universe Legacy Voyager class bulkhead. You can see these two are pretty much eye to eye. I believe that Thundertron, if you take a look, is just a slight bit taller, and not by much, maybe by like half a head taller, and this ends up working out. Again, Voyager, Voyager, so works out for me. And finally, for one final comparison, here he is with the Transformers Legacy, I believe this was Evolution, Leader Class Skyquake from the Prime Universe. Again, you can definitely see the difference. This guy isn't that much taller as a Leader Class in comparison to Thundertron here, but what this guy does have is heft. He has a lot of density, a lot of heft. This guy in the Voyager certainly feels much lighter. It's not that he isn't dense or anything, it's that this guy definitely has more heft to him. As you can see, there is a decent size difference between the two of them, but again, Leader, Voyager, I think this still works. Skyquake could stand to be a bit bigger, and maybe, or Thundertron can stand to be a bit smaller, but I think for what they are, very, very solid all around, and I like the scale. Alright, and finally, last thing to do is get into the articulation, and he's pretty solid all around. I'm very, very happy. So to do this, I'm actually going to do this with the peg leg on, so we'll just remove the sword for now. So for his legs, for his head, he is on the ball joint, so you can get a little bit up and down, but not too much, nothing too crazy. You can't really get a full 360, which is a bit unfortunate because of the way that it's designed. He just keeps bumping into these parts. For the shoulder pads, you can lift them up and lift them down. Not too much, but you can lift them up, so you can get in and out, you can get a more than 90 degrees at the elbow, which is very nice. You can go forward a very far bit and back a very far bit. So very, very nice thing. Upper bicep rotation. Well, a rotation at the elbow and a bend at the elbow. Very, very nice there. Then for the waist, it's kind of hard. That's the only issue I have with the articulation is there's really no waist at all. But you can get for the legs, you can get forward, you can get back pretty far. You do get way more than 90 at the leg, which is really, really nice at the knee. You do get a rotation right here. And then for the feet, you do have back, a little bit of forward, and then you do have a little bit of side to side. It's not the most robust amount of articulation at the end of the day, but I still think for what he is and what the sort of maybe the compromises they made to make his beast mode look pretty decent and then his robot mode look really, really good. I think they did make some decent compromises all around. So at the end of the day, even though the articulation isn't necessarily the best, I am still very happy with it all around. And you can even get like stuff like this. So overall, very nice. Alright guys, finally it's getting to reverse transformation. So very, very simple, just like getting into robot mode. It really isn't, I think it's a little more difficult, but not really that difficult at all. So to do this, by the way, my apologies. He also has wrist articulation. You can get a full 360 with the wrist. I forgot about that. But it is a bit tough because the claws are in the way. But to do the reverse transformation, we'll remove the sword and then we'll get the foot and then we'll just end up plugging that back in. So it's very simple. To do this, by the way, you cannot remove the left. The left is definitely in there. But to start off, let's start off with the top here. So what I like to do is take the arms and make the forearms and rotate them around and make sure that the forearms and the top of them is facing the front of the robot here. From here, you can sort of lift these up to help get them out of the way. And then you can take this whole chest section and sort of just wiggle it and untab it. Like that. And then you can rotate it up like so. And then you can fold in these like head crest pieces a bit more into the sides there. And then from here, rotate this up. And to get these arms correct, so what you're going to do is you're going to rotate these in. And make sure that the exposed joints here are facing the top when you rotate them in. And the same here. Exposed joints are facing the top when you rotate them in. And then what you can do here is make sure the fists are also rotated so that they are straight. Like so. And that these little peg holes are there. And then you can just take these two and slam them together. And then what you do here, what I like to do to make sure this lines up correctly, take the back section, rotate this up, and then essentially tab this and accordion the head so that you can essentially tab this little peg into the back of the head here. So it takes a little bit of doing, but once you get it, it isn't too bad, like that. Very, very nice there. Then what you can do is essentially make sure the head's straight, the robot head, then rotate this down, and then essentially you're going to bend these so that the bottom of the fist is right below the chin. And then if you line this up correctly, you should basically just be able to fold this down. And then like I showed you earlier, there's two tabs right there, and then there's two holes on the back of the fist. And then again, if you line this up correctly, you might have to move the arms around just a little bit. Peg those right in, and it should be good to go. So overall, very, very not too bad. Then take this section for the legs. Fold these skirt pieces out again, and all you got to do is bend this as far as it'll go forward, then bend the knee as far as it'll go back, and then rotate and essentially break the ankle, and essentially you will have this. So you can then just adjust it however you want to pose, and then just fold this part of the foot back like so. And again, on the same side, just on the other side, just do the same thing like this. Then break the shins, essentially shins, ankles. Then you can take these, fold that down, and then fold the skirt pieces in. And then what you have here is essentially you've got two holes right there, and then you got two pegs, both right there. And then you just gotta do this. Make sure that tab's in correctly. And then finally, very simple for the front arms. So just unfold this, rotate this out, rotate the foot out, then just rotate this around, and then essentially if you've lined it all up correctly, again, that tab will go right into that peg slot right there, and then you just got to do that, fold that down, and again, same on this side, do this, rotate and fold that out, rotate this around, then again, you got the hole right there, and then you got the peg right there, just got to line them up, peg that right in, do that, and then sort of straighten him all out. Make sure the back legs are also rotated enough to where he'll stand correctly. And then, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do if you want the weapon storage, again, tab, just place that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Thundertron, the Prime Universe Voyager class Thundertron from Legacy United, back in his Lion mode. So, folks, for my final concluding thoughts on the Transformers Legacy United Voyager class Prime Universe Thundertron, for an obscure character, they did a very good job on this guy, I think. Now, there is some issues. Limited articulation in both the robot and the beast mode definitely hurts, specifically with the head. I really wish you could move the head in the beast mode. That really blows. Also, sometimes he can feel a little bit lighter than I'd like him to feel. You know, he would certainly feel a little bit better if he was a little bit heftier, but not too bad. Other than that, though, the positives, really nice paint. I think the details are very, very nice. I think the Lion mode as a standalone, as sort of a still, looks really, really good. I love the robot mode. That is fantastic, and he scales very well with the rest of his Prime brethren. Overall, and sister, overall, really, really solid figure, but not perfect. So out of a 10, I gotta give this guy an 8, and I definitely would recommend you go pick this guy up. And being said, I picked mine up on the Big Bad Toy Store, so I will leave a link to that in the description below, as well as the other retailers like Hasbro, as well as Amazon. Or if you are going to go and try and find this guy IRL, he should be hitting stores relatively soon. Specifically, my Walmart sucks, but at the end of the day, when it comes to hunting in real life, I do wish you the best of luck, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. Other than that, though, that's really about it. So, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also, follow me in the socials. Those will be linked in the description below, right below the links to all the retailers. And with that, guys, I think that's about it. So, once again, I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.